All right, so here's 5 reasons you are not getting stronger. And these are in no particular order, so make sure you check all these boxes and make sure that you're dialed in on each of these. And you will start making progress in the gym again. So, the number one thing, I guess there is kind of an order, but you know, you'll figure that out. Number one thing, consistency. You just lack consistency. You just don't go enough. Or you keep switching things up, which I'll get to later. But you lack consistency, man. Just, you need to actually go up, like go to the gym, show up, and put in that time, put in that effort. If you don't, you're just not going to make any progress, man. Like, how can you expect to get better at something if you don't do it? Like, you keep telling yourself, yeah, I'm gonna go 3 days a week, and then you go for 2 weeks, and then you quit, and then you take 3 months off, and then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go again now, and then you do 3 weeks now, and then you quit for 4 months. Like, no, you can't do that. You have to keep going. It has to be part of your lifestyle. So consistency, like bare minimum, you have to be doing it. You got to be going, right? Number 2, effort. You're just not trying hard enough. I see people all the time, and they're on the leg extension machine, just kicking their leg out and whatever, and they're just like sitting there on their phone scrolling, like just casually, just whatever, this is fine. I'm doing 50 pounds. I'm just doing 1,000 reps. Like, that's not gonna do anything for you. Like, it might warm up your joints or something. Like, if you're trying to warm up, sure, but that shouldn't be what you're like focusing on. Like, you need to actually be visibly and like noticeably strained when you're working out. If I'm doing a heavy set of bench press and I'm going for a set of 8, like the first rep is gonna be, it might be pretty fast, but by the 5th, it's gonna be super slow. And it's gonna suck, right? It's gonna be super painful. So you have to be putting in effort, and you should be like actually sore and actually, well, I mean, soreness, whatever, but you should actually be tired after it, right? You have to try. Number 3 is sleep. You just need to sleep more. Like, that's really it. It's the biggest performance enhancer you have is your sleep. If you don't get enough sleep, you're just not going to do as well. Like, that's really it. Any day that I sleep for 5 hours and then I go to the gym, I just feel like shit. I feel terrible. Like, I can't lift as much. I'm weaker, all that stuff, right? Whereas I get 9 hours, it's amazing. There's like a million studies on this too. Like, go look anywhere and you'll know sleep is important. Number 4, this is a tough one for everyone, myself included. It's hard for everyone because it's nutrition. You have to eat. Stop eating like a child. Stop eating like a baby. Don't eat a bunch of junk food and crap. Sucking down gummy worms and your sodas and whatever, like after your workout. Like, come on. Like, stop doing that. Get some rice. Go get some get some beef. Get some chicken, turkey, like all that stuff, right? And you need to know how much you're eating too. You have to track your calories. Track what you're eating. If you're not tracking, how can you expect any changes? You can't change what you can't measure, right? So if you're eating at a slight deficit, it might be a little weaker, right? I certainly am right now. I'm currently on a cut, and I'm a little weaker than I used to be. If I wanted to actually like push up the big numbers, push up weight, I would start eating more. It's really that simple, right? So lock in on nutrition, eat the right food. You know what you need to eat. Grown ass man, by the way, still eating burgers from McDonald's and stuff, right? Number 5 is going to be program hopping. A lot of you guys do this, and this comes back to consistency. You keep switching it up. You do you do like a small up squat program for 1 week, then it sucks because it sucks. And then you go and do 5x8, and then the next week you're doing 3 sets of 4 or whatever, and then you just keep switching it up like that. Like, how can you expect to make any progress if you're just constantly changing up your routine and what you're doing? Like, you need to get good at one thing. When I was in high school, me and my friends were just being, stupid teenage boys messing around on the bench press. We're like, yeah, let's bench 5 times a week and then do all this other crap, like stupid stuff that you don't need to do. And I still made progress. And it wasn't the best way to do it, but the reason I made progress is because of consistency and actually being there. I did the stupid, dumb program week after week, month after month, and it still worked, right? So if you just pick one program and pick one thing to do and stick with it for at least 3 months, like you need at least 3 months of sticking to something, unless you get injured or something, all right? Stick to it for 3 months and then decide if you actually want to change it. Sure, right? I've been running the same program for about a year now, and it's great. It's like this modified push-pull legs type of thing. I know some people hate that, but whatever. I like it, so. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. So, consistency, show up. Effort, try hard. You gotta sleep right. You gotta eat right. And you gotta stick to something. Stick to one thing. Alright? That's all I gotta say. Leave a comment if you are, if you have any thoughts or anything. So, peace.